How much time do you spend working on you? How much time do you spend every day working on your dream? In the last 90 days, how many books have you read? In the last year, what new skill or knowledge have you acquired? What kind of investment have you made in you? So I'm saying that as you begin to look at where you want to go, if you want to make it today, and things are changing so fast you have to literally run to stand still, I'm saying that you've got to make some conscious effort to begin to work to develop you.
Let me show you this. We all live inside a bubble, right? This is our world. We go to church here. We work over here. We go get our coffee over here. We go to this park over here. We usually go over here to, hang out with friends. This is our favorite club. This is our world. This is our favorite spot on the beach. We all live in this bubble. What you got to do to get the life that God wants you to have, you got to put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful.
Here's something else. Most people are not living their dreams because of fear, ladies and gentlemen. I was in Columbus, Ohio yesterday speaking for a particular Ohio department. Young lady named Karen who greeted me, who organized the event. Very talented, very skillful. And she was talking about she wanted to become involved in the consulting business. I said, why aren't you doing it? I said, you have the abilities. I said, you're not here because they like you. You're here because you're doing the job. You're making things happen. And she came up with all kind of ideas, but finally she said, I guess I can't see myself doing it. I guess I'm afraid. Fear, limited vision, and lack of self-esteem is what keep most people doing things they don't want to do.
Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it. Look, I'd love to sugarcoat this thing for you. I'd love to tell you, look, you can go out here and get rich, do a couple of things. They ain't happening. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary's cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra. You put extra on top of on ordinary and you come up with extraordinary. It's no other way. I'm sorry. But here's the fact. All of you have extraordinary capabilities. All of you.
I flew from Columbus, Ohio to Denver, Colorado to a major communications company. And the person that picked me up at the airport told me about the fact that the company is planning on having a major downsizing. And they offered some of the employees there an early retirement, and some of them will earn as much as $300,000. And they said, this is the last time that you can take this offer. If you don't do it, when we have the downsizing, you might be among those who will lose their jobs, and all you will get is your severance pay. And only 50% of the people who were eligible to take the $300,000 took it. The others were afraid to take a chance on themselves. The others couldn't see themselves beyond that company. They couldn't see life after that company. The same reason that people stay in relationships where they're abused or they're unhappy or it's unfulfilling. They can't see themselves beyond that relationship. They can't see themselves enjoying life without that person. They think that this is all that they can do. The same reason that people get stuck at a certain level in life. They can't see things being better for them. And they think that this is it and this is all they deserve. This is all they've ever seen. It's been passed on to them. And they think that this is it for them. Oh no. I was looking what Dr. Blanton, Smiley Blanton, who was a colleague of Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, what he said about fear. He said, fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital Fear can aid you. Fear, ladies and gentlemen, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you. And it seems like you're in a hypnotic spell. And I ask you a question, what is the benefit? What's the benefit of allowing fear to hold you back? What's the benefit of giving up on yourself, of not stepping out on life and taking life on? What is the benefit for you? What's the plus in that? It's one of the things I had to ask myself. So I didn't want to make any mistakes. I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted to be perfect the first time I did something. It's not going to happen. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to hurt some folks' feelings. You're going to create some enemies whenever you decide that you want to begin to take life on. You've got to ask yourself, how long am I going to allow this to hold me back? I like what Zig Ziglar says. He said, fear is false evidence appearing real. That is an illusion that we create in our mind. It is a state of mind that can be changed. So let's look at how we can begin to take some steps to restructure that fear, to begin to expand our visions of ourselves, to begin to increase our self-esteem. Webster said that self-esteem means confidence and satisfaction in oneself. Look at your life right now. Whatever you've done up to this point in time, your life is working. Whatever you have produced, it came out of you as a result of the kind of person that you have become. It's a result of your choices. It's a result of your consciousness. Now you have to ask yourself, are you satisfied with what you have produced? Is this what you want? Would you like for things to be better than this? Do you believe that you deserve better than this? Or are you content? This is it. You don't have to do anything else. That you already resign yourself in life and say, well, I'm happy. I'm not starving like the people in Calcutta. Are you allowing yourself to get off the hook like that? Or do you believe somewhere in the back of your mind or in your heart that there's some other great work for you to do? There's something else that life has for you. And that's why you're here. How do we handle this fear factor? How do we increase our self-esteem? You have to begin to fortify yourself. How do we do that? I believe that you have to begin to consciously monitor your inner conversation and start talking to yourself. Start building yourself up. Sometimes the only good things you will hear about you are the things that you say to you. A young lady that was in the audience this afternoon said to me, I told myself yesterday for the first time, I'm proud of me. And she said, I felt good about that. So I'm saying learn to be your own booster. Start building yourself up. Start encouraging yourself. Start saying, I can do this. I can make this happen. When I started thinking about becoming a speaker, I said, yes, I can do this. I can make this happen. When I start trying to convince myself I can be a businessman after flopping and failing and losing thousands of dollars and feeling stupid and dumb and having people take advantage of me because of what I didn't know. I had to talk to myself because people were saying to me that I was dumb. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I was saying, you're right. Look at what I've done. I had to say, no, Les. Hey, come on, man. Get yourself together. You can handle this. You just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right. This is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this. Other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
Dreams are what caused thousands of people to leave their homes and families and start over in a land where anything was possible. To this day, dreams continue to bring people to our land of opportunity, to a country where you can start with little and end up with a lot, to America. Don't you sometimes wonder why so many immigrants who come to America can build a new life and a fortune while many of the people who were born here are barely surviving? They have a dream, a defined goal, ambition. I'm sure you've heard the saying, fish and company start to stink in 3 days. Well, that was one of hundreds of Ben Franklin's comments on life. Another was, diligence is the mother of good luck. You know, it's amazing how hard-working, smart-working people have all the luck. We sometimes hear of a brand-new musical group An overnight success. They must have been in the right place at the right time, knew the right people, had a friend to help them out. But if you've ever watched an interview with some of these folks, you'll probably hear that their overnight success took several years. Diligence is the mother of good luck. Now, in addition to these witticisms, Ben Franklin gave us 3 principles of success and ambition that have withstood the test of time. Number 1, happiness doesn't come from big pieces of great success, but from small advantages hammered out day by day. What Mr. Franklin is saying here is that we must be happy with what we've got when we're in pursuit of what we want. Too often we say, "Oh, I'll be happy when I just get that promotion. I'll be happy when I just land that contract. I'll be happy when I just have more money. I'll be happy when I just..." Just what? You won't be any happier when you reach your goals than you are right now. It just doesn't work that way. Abraham Lincoln said it best. He said, "You'll be as happy as you make up your mind to be." Right now, whether you're on your way, whether you've already gotten there, you'll be as happy as you make up your mind to be now. Right now. Being happy on the way doesn't mean you can't aim for great things. After all, look at everything Franklin accomplished in his lifetime. It means that big achievements come one small advantage at a time. It means that you've got to enjoy the journey. It means that you must enjoy and take pride in your little accomplishments. It means enjoying who you are becoming in pursuit of your eager desire, every day, every single day. Ben Franklin's second principle said that life is plastic. Within each of us is the power to mold ourselves and mold our environment. It is up to each of us to begin this molding process with a final product in mind. And it is within our power to work it and form it every minute, every day, every month, every year. By using your mind and your abilities and your attitude to work a little each day on molding your life, you'll soon see how magnificent your power is to gain those small advantages each day, the little steps it takes to build up to success. Principle number 3, success is a pleasure. If what you are doing today isn't satisfying, gratifying, guess what? You're really not successful. If you are not fulfilled with what you are doing today, you cannot possibly be successful. It doesn't matter how many worldly possessions you may have, how many cars, how many toys, how much money. If you're not happy with your life as it is, you cannot be successful. Now, I know that success is a relative term. It means different things to different people. To a school kid, success may mean a star on top of his latest test. To a homemaker, it probably means that she has a well-run household and a wonderful family. To an outside professional, it's most likely the thrill of closing a major contract, or the pride in accepting a performance bonus, or being named the top producing salesperson. But the one thing you will hear from everyone who is successful is that they are happy with who they are and what they are doing. They are happy, content, satisfied. Success is a pleasure.
We've been victims of weapons of mass distractions. And my children behind me, that reminds me. Took a minute. Well, I try and sit down. You either do or you don't. It's a process to achieve mastery. It's a process. And quitting does not make it any faster. You got to be willing to go all in for you, for your family, for a better life, for freedom. So you're calling your own shots where I just got tired of somebody telling me what time to be there, how long I can have a lunch break for, how much I'm worth. I had to ask for permission to go on vacation. I remember one time I did all the right things and asked in advance for vacation, and then he said no. Why? Y'all don't have to answer that. I just said no. And I remember going back to my desk, and I wrote probably 600.
Do your homework. Do the research. Be prepared. Do all you can in preparation of what's to come. Think of a few people you know who are enterprising. What do these people have in common? Well, they're probably always on the go, developing a plan, reworking the plan until it fits, never letting anything get in their way. And when posed with a problem, they'll probably say, let's figure out a way to make it work. Self-enterprising people always see the future in the present. And self-enterprising people aren't lazy. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They go after the opportunities. Self-enterprise requires two things. Number one, creativity. Creativity to look at the world a little differently. Creativity to take a different approach. And what goes hand in hand with the creativity of self-enterprise is number two, the courage to be creative. The courage to go against the crowd. The courage to stand alone if you have to. The courage to choose activity over ease. Understanding your self-worth. What could you do if you had all the skills, took the classes, read the books? What true value could you develop? What could I become? What could I really do in the marketplace? In enterprise, home, family, love, marriage. Am I valuable enough to work on what's not working so I can reach my full capacity? Once you start understanding how valuable you are, it's a whole new experience. Our self-worth makes the difference between being lazy and being active. If we don't feel good about ourselves, we won't feel good about our lives. Every time we choose to do less than we possibly can, it affects our self-confidence, our self-worth. Can you imagine what you'd end up being after 10 years of doing a little less every day? It's devastating. Now you can reverse the process of doing a little less, doing a little less. You alter the course by doing a little more each day. And pretty soon you'll develop a new habit of doing rather than neglecting. It'll increase your confidence and your courage and your self-worth. It's not what we get or what we accumulate that makes us valuable. It's what we become. Success isn't in the having. Success is in the doing. It's the activity that transforms our dreams into reality, that converts ideas into actuality. Let me tell you what I think most messes with the mind. I think that simply doing less than you can. It causes all kinds of psychic damage. Trying less than you could try, it somehow damages the mind. The minute you turn this around and start extending yourself, you'll see immediate rewards. Maybe not monetary ones, but it's how you feel about yourself that's the greatest value. Discover all you can do, see how much you can earn, how much you can share, how far you can reach. Some people out there would have us believe that positive affirmation is more important than activity. They would have us repeating slogans like every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Getting better and better only happens with the discipline of doing better and better. And affirmations without discipline are in reality delusions. There's nothing wrong with affirming the good life as long as we are disciplined enough to take action. We should never allow affirmation to replace action. Feeling better is no substitute for doing better. If the truth happens to be that we're broke, the best affirmation would be to simply say, I'm broke. Accept it. Be responsible for it. By saying it out loud, you'll probably be disgusted enough to start the thinking process on how to change it. Confronting harsh realities has an incredible effect. You see, within reality lies the possibility to create our own personal miracle. If we can bring ourselves to state the truth about a situation, then, as the saying goes, the truth will set us free. If your life and circumstances have resulted in a situation that is ugly, call it ugly. Be responsible to it. Once we understand and accept the truth, the promise of the future is freed from the shackles of deception. Here are some creative techniques that'll help keep you on the right track toward that promising future. Number one, think on paper. You can't build a house with the plans in your head. Put it all on paper. Your roadmap, your blueprints, your business plan. When you put it on paper, you can analyze your path, solve your problems. You can figure out what you did right, and you can figure out what you did wrong. We've got so much going on in our heads that we can't figure things out until we take a piece of it out and put it on paper. If you want to solve a problem, the best questions to ask are, number one, what could I do? And number two, what could I read? So I'm asking you, don't sell yourself short here. You can find some answers. Go to the library, go to the bookstore. Now, if that doesn't work, then ask question number three. And question number three is, who could I ask? You can't believe how willing somebody will be to help you if, first of all, they've gotten the idea that you were willing to help yourself. The second step to keeping yourself on the right track is to develop the ability to brainstorm. What is brainstorming? Just what it sounds like, letting your brain go. Putting an idea into your brain and letting it take off. Associating. Not planning a train of thought, but thinking freely. Effective brainstorming can only happen if you're free from your ego. You can't be worried about saying something stupid or silly. Here's number three for creatively keeping on the track of self-enterprise. Number three says, imagine outlandish solutions. You see, if you allow yourself to think without confinement, it'll allow you to open up the process, which will eventually lead to totally appropriate solutions. The fourth creative technique is to access the information highway. With your computer, you can go online with hundreds of services. By taking advantage of the electronic age, you can learn more than you could otherwise learn. You can find information that your library may not have. Many people are afraid of their computers. They don't take advantage of all their system has to offer. Use it as a new resource, a new specialized resource that's yours for the taking. Commit yourself to learning. Feed your mind. Sharpen your interest in two major subjects, life and people. Learn more on how to get the most from life. Learn all that you can so that you can become all that you can become. Learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of happiness. Learning and searching is where the process of creating your own personal miracle begins.
I am here to tell you that you can come from nothing and become something. Happiness and success is available for every last one of you. But I'm going to
Step one.
tell you what you're going to have to do. You're going to change your mindset. If you think that they're going to mail this money to your house, you're dead wrong about that. If you want to be successful, You got to change your mind, and you're going to have some faith.
Most of us go through life pretending. See, a lot of people pretend that they want more out of life, but all you have to do is watch their actions. Watch what they're doing. The proof is in the pudding. Find out what it is you want and go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does.
Hey there, welcome to my channel Best Strong Motivation. Today I speak work on yourself every day 2024. Future in the present and self-enterprising people are not opportunities to come to them. Opportunities self-enterprise requires two things. Number one, creativity. Creativity to look at the differently, creativity to make a different approach, and what goes hand in hand. Enterprise is number two, the course to be creative, the course to go against the crowd, the course to choose activity over is understanding yourself, or what could you do if you had all the skills, took the classes, read the books, and true value could you? What could marketplace in enterprise, home, family, love, marriage, valuable enough to work on my full capacity? Once you start understanding how experience our self-worth makes the difference between being lazy and being active. If we don't feel good about life every time we choose to do, possibly can it affect confidence, our self-worth? Can you imagine what you had a little less every day? It's devastating. Now you can reverse process a little less, doing a course by doing a little more each, and pretty habit doing rather than neglecting. Increase your course and self-worth is not what we get or what we accumulate, and success is not having, success is doing its activity that transforms our dreams into reality, converts into actuality. Let me tell you what I think, that simply less than you can it cause all kind of basic damage. Trying less than you could try it somehow damage the mind. The minute you turn around